It's online biz real talk today, and we have an incredible subject for you. This person sitting next to me quit his job in construction, and not too long ago he started this business, and he's here today to give his testimony. All of my wonderful business partners here are, and my co-host today is Paulo. He's going to be helping me here go over the questions that we're going to ask you, Tito, about your journey. How'd you quit your job? What did you do? What is this business about? Or whatever questions that comes to our mind. We are not scripted. We'll ask him whatever comes to our mind. We don't have maybe they do because they know the subject, but none of us are scripted. None of us really have written, questions to answer him, to ask him for him to answer us. So yeah, if you want, you could take over, Tito, and tell us a little bit about yourself and you know your journey, just a few minutes, and then yeah, we'll give the floor to Paulo, and Paulo can ask his first question, and then we'll go down to Brandie and Moyo and Angelina. So uh, thank you all for joining, and you can tell them where we are and what we're doing.
Hi, everybody. My name is Ciro Vivancos Hernandez. I've been in this business for about, I'd say, a year and something. And let me tell you, the business changed my life. Gave me the opportunity to quit my job, construction, fully. It was, I used to work 12 hours a day, every day in the rain, in the cold or wherever. The physical work, it's okay for me, but maybe later on in 5 or 6 years, my back wouldn't take it or whatever. So this online business came across my lap, and I decided to do it right away because as soon as I got explained what kind of business this was, I totally believed that, and I jumped in. So yeah, Paulo, yeah, ask away, shoot away your questions, and
Yeah,
I'll try.
definitely. Thanks, Daryl, for that intro, and congrats again for quitting. Wish we could have. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You guys good? Okay, yeah. Yeah, so congrats on quitting your job. And yeah, hi everyone. My name is Paulo Perez. I'm from originally from the Philippines, grew up in Calgary, live here in Vancouver, and I've been a nurse for over 20 years. I started this business 6 years ago. And my question for you, Theo, is with you transitioning into a full-time entrepreneur doing this business, what sort of resources and support networks did you find valuable to help you transition into this new role?
Well, what kind of things that helped me in this business? I mean, I'll tell you. One of the first things that I noticed about this business is the business works in the back for you, right? So it does give you a lot of time for you to do what you want to do. Either you want to work, either you want to spend your time with the kids, or you want to go to the beach. You have time to do all those things because the business will work for you in the back. The business has an automatic system that we make, and what it does is it works for us. It brings our leads. It brings our buyers. We don't have to be. We have to be monitoring it. Once in a while, you check your ads. We just advertise. So basically, I don't have to put something, and I don't have to go. But asking people questions, or I don't have to go behind them trying to get their attention. No, they come to me and they ask me questions. So it gives me a lot more time so I can do my life, or plan my life out, my days out, without having to worry about only working in this business. Um, when I started this business, I just dedicate myself a couple hours, but a day, three, most maximum three, um, before I quit my job. Um, I did it also about a year ago, like quit my job again, and I went in hard, full, because I believe that this business, instead of spending 8 hours in a job, I'd rather spend, you know, like I never spent 8 hours on this business straight every day, right? Just with a couple of hours a day, the business would actually run for me, and and work really good. But the resources that this business has, it's beyond, because we have a training in this business, And apart from the training that you follow, we have a coach, we have mentors. There's a big community that actually helps us. So those were the resources that made me make an easy transition from work to an online world. Because in this business, apart that it's a business that you get help with it. People help you to succeed on it.
Thank you so much, Ciro. Great answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Paulo.
Yeah.
Is that all? Would you like to ask one more question?
I'm really good. Yeah, no, that's my only question. And so yeah, we can pass it on to Brandie because I know Brandie has to take off shortly. So Brandie,
Okay.
introduce yourself, tell people who you are, why you started the business, and ask your question to Ciro.
Thanks, Paulo. My name is Brandie, and I saw this business inside of a year ago, and it just immediately resonated with me. I mean, I got it. I had a vision, and so I'm back now to jump in with both feet into the deep end of the ocean with this. And I mean, I want that to be my story. I wake up in the morning already wanting to be not just resign from my position, but retired from working in the corporate world. I've really had enough. And so those are, what I want to work on and why I'm here. And I know you talked about the training and there's a lot of support, Ciro. I'd like to know like what you think your learning curve was like, or if you can talk about that and a little more about the journey. I'd love to hear about that.
Okay. Thank you, Brandy. And it's great meeting you too. So like what I do in this business, no? What? So your question is what I do in this business, so I succeeded, right? Um, let's see. First of all, in this business, you don't have to do much. I mean, I didn't. I thought at the start of this business, because I was in other businesses that were online, and they were different as this. In other businesses, you have to go and get your clients, and you have to accumulate products in your house and everything, right? But with this business, it didn't work like that. This business, you don't accumulate products in your house. You don't go bug people or talk to anybody, right? And um, the resources that there is in this business, it's it's big compare. I wanted to ask you one, Brandy, what could you? I kind of could you rephrase the question a little bit more? I was
So I was really looking to hear from you like what the learning curve was like. So when you got started in this business and you saw what it was and you talked about advertising,
yeah.
learning the steps that it takes to be successful.
Okay.
What was that like?
Okay.
What was your
So
learning?
for many
What
people,
were your obstacles?
okay. So for many people, they think, oh, an online business, you know, you gotta be tech savvy. You have to be good with computers, and if you're not that person, they say, oh, well, I don't think I'm ever gonna try that business because I'm not tech savvy. You see, me, I'll tell you, I was born with a shovel or a broom, should I say. I did physical work a lot all my life. I started working when I was almost 12, in construction or whatever, and I've always did physical work. And for me, an online world was scary because I I did not know nothing about computers, nothing, and it was hard for me also to do things in front of computers in front of others. So I was shy on it, right? I was not shy on talking to the camera. I was not shy on, you know, but I knew I wasn't tech savvy, and those were my biggest obstacles. But the thing is that in an online business like this, when you have a coach and mentors, they teach you everything, and all those obstacles that I had back in the day, uh, through the year that I've been in this business, they've been kind of erasing, because it's basically, um, with everything you learn, an online business is the same as having a brand new restaurant. You have to learn how to, uh, mm, you know, get your restaurant going. You have to learn how to, uh, you know, cook the food, or you have to learn how to do many things to run your business. So my biggest obstacles was that I wasn't tech savvy. But as soon as I found out that I was not tech savvy, and you didn't need this job, this business for being tech savvy, another obstacle for me was I couldn't keep my mouth shut. See, a lot of people in this world, when they find something that's new, there's gonna be a lot of people dragging you down and putting you down and telling you that you're doing something wrong or whatever, right? But me, my mistake was I told everybody. I said, I got this business. I'm gonna quit my job. I'm gonna move into a mansion. I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm done here working, and just wait. And people just started attacking me through all ways. So one of the most biggest obstacles was because I used to care so much what people think, and people would say, people would, even family members, cousins, they would insult me. They would call me names, or they would, you know, um they would put me down basically because I found something that's new. And basically, in this world, everybody's going to tell you something like that because there's a lot of scams in this world, right? But this business is so legit that, yes, there was struggle in the end. I mean, for the people that think they're not tech savvy or whatever, this, you don't have to be tech savvy for this business, because everything that you need to know, your coach knows this, and they will work as hard as they can just to get you by. And the thing is that if you put your mind to anything, it works. It works. It's just a constant learning, and you just gotta be awake for it, right? So, the hard part was that. Now, another hard part was also changing my life from physical work into an online world. Because most of us, if we spend our whole life working physical real hard, and then we transition up to the online world, we think, what am I going to do now? I'm used to always, moving around, doing things. I'm not good with computers, and I fall asleep when I sit down and whatever, right? But also things that you get your body gets used to, right? And you find things like, just say, if you're with someone that has an online business like this, like, say, for example, me and Georgia, we both have an
I'm
online
chilling. I'm
business.
listening to everything you're
So
saying.
so she's got her online business, and I got my online business, and it's separate, right? So I'm doing my online business, but the thing is, if we're together, we have two online businesses instead of five streams of income. Altogether, we have two online businesses with 10
And
streams of income. So basically, whatever she knows, she can elaborate with me. But I don't only use Georgia's help. um, there's mentors here in this business. There's a community that everybody's out there to help each other. Um, and basically, I struggled at the beginning a little bit, but I knew this business was for me. I knew this was the kind of life that I wanted. I wanted to dress up. I wanted to dress up in a shirt, dress up in nice shoes, go to nice restaurants, live my life like that, and have my business at the top of my fingers. This works incredible, and it changed my life. Yes, there's obstacles, but you always get through your obstacles by being constant, learning, and yeah, that's pretty much. Did I answer your question there, or?
Oh my goodness, 100%. Thank you, Ciro. That was exactly what I wanted to know, and I mean that sounded wonderful. As somebody who's basically new and on that learning curve right now, that was perfect. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Brandie. Anything else you want to ask me? You're okay?
I'm good.
All right. We're gonna go to the superstar Moyo. How are you, Moyo? Please introduce yourself. Let us know when you joined this business. Why did you join this business? And if you have any questions for me, which I think you do. I think you're on mute.
Yes, Ciro, you're right about that. I do have a lot of questions for you. So be ready, be prepared, because I'm going to hit you really hard today, okay? Yeah. My name is Moyo. I live in GTA, Great Toronto area, and I'm just a couple of months old in this business, but I got some good news for you. This is not showbiz. This is real business, okay? This is a real online business, and I've been to this business a couple of months, and I can see the positive vibes in this business. The good thing about this thing is you can walk anywhere. You can be on vacation. You can be outside your place of residence. You can, all you have to do is just have your laptop with you, and if you have your phone with you, you can do this business anywhere 24/7. So I just want to tell you that this is real. This is no gimmick. You see a lot of things on internet, online business, that business, and stuff like that. But I've tested this. I mean this, and I mean this full time. And I can tell you that this is no gimmick. We're not here to waste your time. We're here to tell you the real stuff. These are good people. We have a family. We're like family, a good community. We want you to feel exactly what we're feeling, want you to go through exactly what we've gone through. And we're telling you, we're not going to come here and tell you lies. We don't need that, we don't need to tell you lies. This is for real. You can see real people, you can see lively people, you can see people who have made up their minds, people who are determined to succeed. And this is where you can see all the faces and see all the smiles, and there's something behind going on, and we want to share it with you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this ride. Now, back to you, Thito. I'm going to hit you so hard. So, before you started, when you heard about this online business thing, and it was like, okay, how did it feel? It was like you're living the life of certainty for certainty. You had a good job. You had a very good job. You've been on that job for a very long time. And then you just picked up something from online and was like, hey, I want to go into this. And then what was going on in your mind? Didn't you think it was like a crazy, thought for you to leave all that behind and go into something you have no clue about? What exactly was going on in your mind? What were the risks that you thought were involved in this online business? So I need you to be, tell me exactly what kind of picture was going on in your mind, how you were going into that, taking a leap of faith. I'll put it, you did take a leap of faith, and I can see that it's paying off now. Okay. So I want you to go back down the lane, tell me exactly how you felt. Don't hide anything away from me. Let the whole world see exactly how you felt and how you're still feeling right now. From the land of sanity to the word of sanity, I need you to tell me the ball is in your court now. Thito, go ahead.
Well, thank you very much, Moyo. Listen, 10 years ago, if I think back, I want to think back maybe 4 years ago. Okay. I used to be in a job. See, I had many jobs in construction. I started as a finisher, finishing concrete and parkades, which that was horrible because I mean, sacking and patching, doing circles with the hands, you get such huge nuts in the back of your shoulders. You couldn't even lift your hand because it hurts so bad, right? I did a little bit of carpentry. I did some labor. Then I did some, I had a wonderful like I had a job before anything, before my life, before I even know this business. I had this job that for me was very easy. I used to be in a machine, in a telehandler. Okay. Now this machine, I'd have to sit down, drink my coffee, and I drive around. I'd still have to get up every day and go to work for somebody for all that time. But it was more comfortable. But before I joined this business, what I did is I wanted $3 more. So I was getting $30 an hour with this job, and I was getting paid really good, and I was comfortable in a little car, and I was driving with this machine, and um, I made a mistake. The biggest mistake I made is I wanted $3 more, right? And so what I did is
An
I
hour.
an hour, $3 more an hour. So I was getting $30 an hour, so I wanted $33 an hour, and I made the mistake of jumping from that construction company. I was in a machine, comfortable, into pipe laying. So when you're a pipe layer, and I was good with machines, and I wanted to be in an excavator. And when you want to be into an excavator, the first thing you're gonna start is with a shovel. So I made the biggest mistake of my life there. Even though it was the biggest mistake of my life, it brought me to this business. But the thing is that when I joined this other job, they put me with a shovel. It was the middle of winter. At the start of the winter, the ground is frozen, and the way I worked, the way I would never give up. I was a great, strong worker. So people would put me somewhere and I'd give it 100%. So they like me there. The persons, they usually treat the people that don't want to work, they treat them better than the people that want to work in the kind of industry of construction, right? Because the people that works more harder, they're going to put them to work because they need them there. The one that doesn't want to work, they're going to give him, lighter jobs, and they're going to, because he's not killing himself so much. But the person that actually works, they make him work hard, right? So for me, as soon as I got into that job, I was starting to fall. I didn't like my life anymore. I said, if I'm gonna live this life, waking up every morning and getting wet in the cold. I'm 36 years old. I just started this new job. They have me on the shovel. I'm running around with chains around, and then I wasn't happy, right? And for me, I was like, I'm gonna party all my life, because if I'm gonna go work at this every day, I'd rather go have fun when I'm finished with job. I'll go drinking or whatever. I'll just have some fun, right? And sooner or later, I was going scrolling on Instagram, and I kept on seeing Georgia with her kids, and she was always with her kids, and I was curious to know what she was doing. She told me she has this online business, right? Um, well, as soon as I like she told me about the business, I literally said, Georgia, I wanna like if you're telling me like I wanna quit construction, I wanna quit my life, I wanna quit this life and change it into another life, right? And I said, how long do you think I can do that? And I think she said 6 months.
No, you said six. Can you
Well,
promise me that I can leave my job in 6 months?
and then she said 3 months. You'll do it in 3 months.
You'll do it in 3 months if you
So
work at it.
so what I did is I said, okay, all right, let's do it. I went in right away into the business. Okay. What was I doing? What was the change, Moyo? I didn't know where I was. I didn't know what I was doing. I was scared because for me, I am a physical worker and I work hard, right? Coming out of, from physical working into an online world, it was like, first of all, it sounded too good to be true. Okay. Too good to be, and things that are too good to be true, there are usually have red flags everywhere, but not this business. See, the business, I didn't have a problem with talking, and I like to be in the camera a lot, right? And which this business is good because there is ads that you can make that your face to the public, and you don't have to be also a person like me that likes to be in front of the cameras because in this business you don't have to make ads that you can be seen by everybody. There's text ads, and there's the ads that you can get on like let's say YouTube, let's say Google, let's see LinkedIn, or there's a lot of free ads. Like usually you can do whatever you want, Uh, and basically when I say for me at the start, I did not want to. Sorry.
Yeah. We might have someone to keep going. We might have another person joining.
Okay. So at the start, I kind of felt like, the change in this business is gonna change my life. I do not know how this is gonna hit me. How this is gonna work for me. I was scared for that, right? Um, but the thing is that I was never camera shy, so this business was gonna like the spotlight for me, right? I started believing more into the business as soon as I started seeing other people's successes. Because at the start of everything, you don't usually start making success. But the thing is that with this business, you do. Um, you know, the coach in this business, she has all the information that she's been doing for years, and she just passes it on to us. That's why this business was so easy, Moyo. It was a struggle for me to venture into the business and change the way I used to work because I was all this physical guy, and I used to work, work, work. But when it changed my mind. It changed. First of all, it changes your whole life.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change your life too bad. It actually makes you a better person. It makes you better with computers. It makes you better with people. It makes you better with your life. Because before I used to hang out in the parks with people that used to smoke and drink, and I used to go to parties, and I used to go here and there, and I used to waste my life because in a way, the 9 to 5, it gives you it's the same routine over and over. And then if you get money, what do people do? What is the things that they tell the young people, Moyo? They say when you're 20 years old and you gotta, you get yourself a job, you make some money, and you spend it on partying, you spend it on alcohol, you go spend it on things that because you're young, you need to party. That's the way the system has us, right? And then when you're old, we'll retire you, and then we'll make you live your life because you've worked all your whole life. Here's where we got it wrong, guys. See, our business, we buy time with our business. In this business, I learned to buy time instead of trading my time for money. I traded the money that I made in my 9 to 5, the money that I was gonna spend in alcohol, throw it all away. I'll trade it for time. So meaning now I quit my job, and now all I do is trade money for time, which it gives me a huge paycheck. It gives me what I used to make in 2 weeks. It gives it to me in one day. So basically, if I get what I get in 2 weeks, almost every day in this business, I make triple or quadruple the money.
So when you
Okay, trade your money. Let's see. I mean, we advertise, guys. Okay, and people that say, "Oh, I don't want to pay for ads or whatever. I want my money to come in." Well, it doesn't work like that. In this business, you have to work on it, right? So, I mean, I'd spend $10 a day, basically. $15 a day. If it goes higher, it depends on what you want to do, right? How much you want to spend, how much you want to do, right? But the thing is that the business will bring you your own buyers because it runs in the back. Will bring you your own leads. Will bring you your own life. Meaning that yes, we work advertising. And how do you advertise? Well, you make an ad, you set up an ad, and you maintain it, you pay it, right? The thing is that you're using that money that you're using in the 9 to 5 not to throw it away in your body or for have no future. No, you're using it to get yourself a future. So it all made sense in the end. When I started going in this business, it made sense. All the struggles that I had, Moyo, everything that I thought it was going to be hard, I said to myself, I don't think it's that hard because all I need to do is advertise. And let's say I advertise, I spend $10 a day on my advertise, and let's say I get from those $10 a day, I get 1 week, I get a buyer. See, in that week, I made 5K, 6K, 6K in a week, spending $10 an hour. Okay, sorry, an hour. Still $10 a day. Okay, now, what do we do every day when we go to work? I was getting $30 an hour in my job. Okay, and I was working 8 hours a day. I'd go Tim Hortons.
You get snacks.
Snacks. You'd go outside. You're hungry.
Might go on the weekends before we got together.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's where the money was going. The 9 to 5 money was going to that. So it left me
Why don't you spend $10 a day
on ads. The thing is that, and I didn't understand. I said, I worked so hard the whole week, and now you want me to spend my own money that I get on a couple of ads? That's like throwing your money away. And I didn't understand that. But listen, I am in Spain right now, guys. I am in Spain.
This is why
we
we're in
live
the car, because his family threw him a big welcome party.
Exactly. I just came to
For
Spain.
coming
They
home.
threw me a welcome party. We live in Mataró right now, but I'm in Spain right now, guys. I am Spanish. She's Canadian. But guess what we're doing here, guys? We live here as tourists because I traded my money that I made from the
We're
9 to 5,
vacation, and we can go wherever we want.
and look, and in the business you can work wherever you like. See, we live in Spain, but we advertise in Canada, meaning that the money's coming from Canada. We don't need to have a job here. We get up every morning at 7 in the morning to go to work somewhere. And that's the beauty about this business, guys. In this business, you don't have to go bother people. The business does it for you. The good thing is that the business does it for you. The only thing that's gonna be a little bit hard, okay, is as everything, guys. And it's not that hard because you have mentors, coaches, you have everybody to help you, have a training to help you, right? But you have to learn your business, right? And the business is yours. You have to work on your business. This is not an MLM, a pyramid scheme, or a crypto thing. You put money in there and money comes in. No, 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 no. You gotta work. You gotta put your time in the business, okay? And it's guaranteed work. It works guaranteed, guaranteed. Now you're a person that wants to join an online business and you don't want to work. You're not gonna get anywhere. It's gonna be the same as you as you're buying a car. You don't put gas, the car's not gonna work, right? You have to work on your business to succeed in the business. The thing is that it's so easy because you have all the help in the world.
Well, we just got a buyer.
Oh, look at that!
Let's
Just got a
do
buyer.
this for a second here. Let's congratulate who just got a buyer. Give me 1 second. I just got a. Okay, Susie. Congratulations, Susie.
Oh, Susie. Wonderful.
And you know what? Susie isn't even paying for any ads. She's
No.
doing free ads right now.
She's doing
So
free
that
ads.
just shows you free ads will work. And that's me as a coach. Okay, I literally get your sales in, cut your sales, make sure I send you the contract. So that's why I get the notifications and I congratulate my business partners. So here, while we're doing a live, people are getting buyers and
Yeah.
business works. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I just wanted to congratulate
It's
you.
exciting, guys. It's exciting because the business is working.
Notifications on your
The
phone. That's
business
what
is working
happens.
right there, right? And we can see it.
She got a notification on her phone, so I'll be hearing from her soon.
Yeah. And so that's like 10 years ago, Moyo. I used to think, I gotta get myself a future, a job, or um, have a future or something. You know what I think right now, guys? Here's what I think right now. I'm set. My life is set because I have a business that works for me in the back. That I was afraid that something that I did not know how to do because I wasn't tech savvy, or I was a person that was shy or whatever. It wasn't gonna work, right? But in the end, what happened? You learn everything. Everything happens for a reason. You learn everything. It uh makes you feel good.
You see, and I just got a notification from her buyer
Yeah.
contacting me
And
because
they
her
wanted to
buyer
join in.
knows that I'm going to cut the sale. So her buyer knows that I have to send the contract. So everything, okay. The thing is this business is made for people who want more time and more money. But the thing is in the beginning, you have to put your time into it, just like Tito's saying. And afterwards, your consistency will be a couple hours a day, just to keep earning that 10,000 a month. Or however, you want to earn 50,000, 100 and some thousand, and put more hours into it. You're not going to be this big CEO and earning 20K a month if you hardly put any time into it.
Yeah.
If you want to keep building your sales up and you want to keep building your ads up, consistency is key. That's the only thing that's gonna probably be very hard for you. Because when people have their routine, it's hard for them to gain a new routine. It's hard for them. See, the thing is people's habits stick, right? But it's hard for them to gain a new habit that's productive. Okay? It's hard for people. I'm a coach, I understand that. I'm a mom of five, I understand that. But if you break a little and you get out of your old bad habits and you start a new good habit and you be consistent with it and you put your time into it and you do, like right now, we're doing an interview to show you and to inspire you. We were out with his family and they made a huge party for him. And, literally, we still committed to coming here and making sure that our business partners ask the questions and have the opportunity to ask Tito the questions that it was in their heart to ask because they want to know how did he quit his job and how could they succeed also. So the thing is you have to be consistent with whatever you do. Tito is consistent. The thing is you can't let people get to you. Okay?
I made that mistake a lot of times.
He made that mistake and he got worried.
Mm-hmm.
So don't worry what people think. Don't worry what people say. Don't think you can't do what I can do, what Tito can do, because you're human. We're all humans. You can become a billionaire. You can do whatever you want to do in your heart. It's just you got to be consistent and you have to stay focused. So I'll let him take the floor still. But yeah, I think you have another. I don't know if you answered fully Moyo's question, but I know,
did I answer fully your question? I know you have a couple. You can shoot
It's
whatever.
okay. I'm gonna come back to you. I'm gonna come back to you and Georgia in a couple of minutes. Okay, so
Sure.
I'll just let's go to the next call. Let's go to the next person. Okay, I'll come back to you guys later. Okay.
God bless. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Moyo. Thank you.
So,
I'll be waiting for you when you come back.
Yeah. I've got. Yeah, I'll get back to you. Hey, Georgia, be ready. Okay. Yeah.
okay.
All right.
God bless.
Okay.
So, Angelina, God bless you. Thank you for coming, girl.
Hi, Angelina. Tell us a bit about yourself. Let us know how long you've been in the business. Let us know what you think about the business, and shoot me some questions
And I want to give a big round of applause for this woman because she started this business and she was very worried and she said, "I'm not tech savvy, and I don't think I could do." And she was slow to get started, but my goodness,
she's amazing.
My goodness, is she?
How are you doing all this? If you said that,
she shocked me, and I was like, wow. And she's like, well, I used to post for my family just for fun, and I got now all of that experience and I'm posting in my business and succeeding. So congratulations, and I'll let you continue. I'll let you introduce yourself and ask you a question. Oh, I think you're on mute there.
Yeah, I think you're on mute.
Now you all know I'm not tech savvy. I I don't even know the mute button. All right. Hi, Dido. I'm really happy to see you here in Barcelona and you are back with your family. So is this permanent now? Are you going to just be here in Barcelona or are you going to go back to Canada?
Listen, the good thing about this business is that I can be wherever I want. We might go in a cruise next year. We
Okay.
might go back to Canada. I know I have land over here. What I did is I went from Spain to Canada so I could see if I can have a future because most the system the way it teaches us is work your whole money away, work everything, spend all your money on things that we have, and then when you're 50, you're retired. But I had it in a way different. I wanted to work when I'm young, work my butt off when I'm young, get myself set up, get a piece of land, and, find something that's real legit like this business, and settle like retire when you're about like about the age of 30 to 37 years old. So I'm 37 years old, and I would say that I'm retired from working physically. The online world is my new work. And you know what? To tell you the truth, however people would put it, it's nothing compared to a physical job. You don't get to do much. You do. You work, but you work with the tips of your fingers and you work with your mind, meaning that it
Yes.
makes you smarter. It makes you feel good. I'm staying with my family permanently now. We're getting married soon. I think it's
Congratulations.
let's say August 11th, something.
Wow.
Um, but yeah, I'm staying with my family, and from here, wherever we go, we'll go together. My plan is to stay in Spain, build my villa in my land.
Wow.
Um, I want to, I want to have a house in Canada, a house here. I can surely afford it. I know I can because this business it gives me the means, the money, and the needs for it. And apart from this business, it has bonuses that in the future become incentives, meaning that you can get big, big time without. Like right now, I'd say I'm working on my business. I work on my business a couple hours a day right now. There'll be a time that I won't have to work on my business. Um, that like not even a couple hours a day. I'd have to just monitor my business, and every couple of months I'd be getting checks, but big checks like over the hundreds of thousands. And so I am permanently staying because I believe in this business. I
Permanently
believe.
staying in the business? Or
No, I'm staying in Spain. I'm staying wherever she goes, I go. Um, so in a way,
well, I think to answer that question, he has residence here and in Canada.
yeah.
And I
So
have residence in Canada. So Canada is our home too. And the fact that we can be able to travel the world and still be able to earn um,
it's
our
it's incredible.
yeah
It's an extra.
our choices are endless right now. Right now we're it's a long vacation right now. I think with our babies and their experience and um, him wanting to build up his villa here. But yeah, so we have a lot of family in Canada too, and all of our business partners. Our plan is to have homes here, have home there, and go back and forth.
Yeah,
Right. So you're
you have.
flexible to move wherever you want to go, whether it's
Really,
Barcelona, be on the cruise, stay in Canada. This job does not tie you up anywhere. This work, yes, you're a free bird. Very nice.
Exactly. Exactly.
So you've been
it's
working
more.
from the age of 12?
I would say so. Maybe younger. See, I come from a big family.
Yes.
We lived in the forest. We lived away. But I remember, see, when I was young, I'd say, I mean, unfortunately, my father passed away when I was 11 years old, and then after that, we moved. I moved from to Kelowna. We moved to Spain. I started working with my cousins. They have a construction company, so it was always physical hard work. It was always physical hard work. Hey, it leaves you strong, gives you a strong
Yes.
body,
And you're
and
athletic because of that too. Yes.
exactly. And if you overwork yourself, you'll become with chronic pains, right? And unfortunately, I didn't have much pains because I used my body. I didn't worked it, or maybe I did overworked it. I was just strong, but I did do it correctly. Um, but the thing is that in once I got into this business, um, I even became fat at some point. I became
She never
overweight.
became fat.
I
I
lost my
don't
six
believe
pack.
that.
I lost my six pack a bit, and
He lost his 6 pack a
Is
bit.
that what you call being fat? Just
Exactly.
not
That's
having
what I'm
abs?
thinking.
My gosh.
Yeah.
yeah. So to tell you the truth, it changed my life, and I think it could change yours too. It could change everybody's
I'm
in
hoping yes,
everybody
yes. For
puts
everyone.
If you
Yes.
work on it and you listen to my advice and you don't let nothing get in the way. And I understand, like, people have family and people have to-dos, and
Yes.
like the main thing is to just put an hour or two into the business a day. And if there's one day that you have to like you can't work on it, you're like, I have to commit this day to my child, or I have to go, I'm traveling, blah blah blah. The next day work a little bit longer.
Very true.
A little. I do this.
Compensate. Yes. Right.
You all know what I do.
Oh,
You all
yes.
know that I have my days where I help everybody or I work
I
on
don't
my
even know
business.
if you sleep really. Sometimes I wonder because you're always around. Yes.
That's the thing. Like the days that I work late, I'll sleep in. And I can do that because I don't have to get up to a 9 to 5. And my kids are homeschooled. So my big kids will help out.
Yes.
They'll watch the babies in the morning because they're homeschooled. They'll help teach the kids. They'll help me with the kids if I sleep till 11 o'clock. It's
Right.
not that big of a deal if I sleep till 11 or 12 because I'm up till 4 or 5 in the morning
Yes.
working on business. So I sacrifice that because my babies will go to bed and then I'll work on the business afterwards. So it's like the same thing with Ciro. Like, and he's, even though he's on spotlight right now, there's days when he's like, well, oh, I'm gonna go do this, or I'm out with my brothers. I'm like, hey, you're the one that tells us all to work on our business no matter what. Oh, okay, and then he all of a sudden he does what he's supposed to do, right? And I'm not as strong like that as on my business partners because I could bug Thito because we're together. But just what you guys, the same thing. I tell you guys in the chats, if you want to succeed, work on your business. Just put a little time into it. You'll be okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just don't stop. That's the main thing. If you don't stop, if you don't stop and you continue to work on your business and
Keep going. You mean yes. So be consistent. Be dedicated, and you will be successful. I understand.
Yeah, and be open minded, guys. Be open minded. Like don't be like the things they put on those things they put on horses.
yeah,
Process. Yes.
They can't look aside.
focus.
That's how 99% of the population is. They are focused on something that the government puts them to watch, or whatever the system puts them to watch. Um, we've never been taught to do what we love to do in this world. We've only been taught how to work for others, how to do things for others, how to how to do things that others want us to do. Um, good thing about this business is it teaches you how to do your own life. How do you be your own boss? How do you work at your own time? How do you ask yourself to go to your washroom break? How you take a coffee break? How
Yes.
many hours you want to work a day? We spend our days here in the beach, shopping,
Yes.
walking around. That's our days.
We make I make my um schedule around my life.
Yes.
What is most important to me? What's most important to us? Our time together. Food, eating right, working out, my children, obviously children, God, go to church, read our scriptures. What's most important? That's most important. And then after that, my business partners. I'm like, okay, let me schedule them in and keep them all rich. Why not? I promised them. And my business is running in the background already. I already got myself set up. So I don't even need to work on my business. I post a couple days, and what I do now and what Tito does, it's like It's just like breathing now. We know how to do it so quick that it takes us no time, and it's fun. We love doing it. It's really fun. So once you learn the business, it'll just be like as easy as breathing for you. You won't have a problem with it. So yeah, thank you, Angelina. We're gonna
Anything
get
else?
to. Sorry.
I
Sorry.
wanted to ask him about his music because the first time I met him, he was saying about his music, and I want to know when's that coming up.
The music is going as we speak. The music goes. Let me tell you. I used to do it for fun in my garage, in parks and places, and I decided one day, let's see if I can get some money out of this. I'll tell you, I made. Not lying to you, I made in a month with my music. That's how much I love my music, and I put my heart into it. I made $10,000 in one month.
My
People paid
goodness.
me $10 bills, $20 bills, $50 bills, up to $100 bills. People walk by and they throw $100 bill on my and 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 for me, it's amazing how can you do what you love to do and then you get paid for it. Well,
Yes.
same thing with this business. If you fall in love with this business and you believe in this business, it will make you a lot of money, and then you'll be like, wow, how am I doing this? It'll give you time to do your dreams. It'll make you capable of having your own life. To everybody that's out there watching until I succeed, don't watch anymore because I'm already succeeding. Do you already see me here? If you guys feel that I'm into a scam and you're still worried that I'm in a scam and I'm gonna get scammed and stuff, I ask you guys to please stop worrying. If you guys want to see something with your own eyes, click that button and check out the free workshop. It will not cost you anything. It's free.
You'll fill
And
in
the
on
thing is,
everything.
it's 40 minutes or less, I think.
90 minutes.
90 minutes of seeing what we do,
But it's
seeing
pretty
what kind of
much 40
information.
minutes. It is 40 minutes, and then we have our testimonial.
Exactly. But the thing is that the people are out there, they're waiting for, like, I'll tell you. There's a really big percentage of this people's world in this world that people want you not to succeed because they don't have the guts to start something. And since they don't have the guts to start something because they're afraid, they're embarrassed, or whatever that's happening, whatever the case is, that they don't do it, and then they feel pressured that somebody else is doing it. So what they're going to do is they're going to drag you back down into it, right? And then there's another small percent of people that actually want to succeed, want you to succeed, and they believe it. There's a big saying here. People like the people that are watching me, because I joined this business about a year ago, okay? And the people that are watching me, the people that want me to succeed are inquiring about the business. The people that don't want me to succeed, they want to succeed in a business like this, but they want me to fail also because they don't have the guts to move themselves out of the comfort zone. Okay. Um people want to see people want to see money. People want to see something to they say, if I don't see it, I won't believe it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work like that, guys. You have to believe first, and then you will see. Because if you never believe, you will never see. And that's the way it goes in life. If you don't believe it, then
It's
you will
kind of
never
like the
see it.
scriptures.
It's
Kind of
it's
like the scriptures.
it
It's like
works like
God
that, guys. It works
believe.
like that.
It
Believe.
says there's a scripture, and it even says it like Jesus said, when you go and you pray, believe that you already received what it is that you prayed for, and it shall be yours.
Right.
Manifestation, amen. Manifestation and believing is really true. And I just got done talking about this yesterday on our Zoom that we did for the ad assisting, because I help my business partners twice a week with creating ads, and I talked about that. As soon as he started believing, he got a ton of buyers, and he just made 6.2K in just one day. And so yeah, thank you, Angelina.
Thank you, Angelina.
Thank you for having me here.
You're welcome. So we're going to go to the next business partner here, Thushara. So Thushara, why don't you introduce yourself for us? And then after Thushara, I'll ask you a question.
Hi guys, how are you?
Good.
Hello.
Hi Ciro, glad to see you there with your family. And I was so surprised Father's Day you are there. And yeah, it's a good thing. And yeah, my name is Thushara. I'm from Perth, Western Australia. Originally, I'm from Sri Lanka. So, what is my question? Actually, you answered just now. Because what to tell people that when they say that how much you're making and why don't see the money coming, you already answered to the question anyway. So that is a question for me. And also, I just wanted to know how to keep your mindset into that, in the frame to work with. So you good at it. I need advice for that, please.
Uh, that's a really good question. How to keep your mindset? Because how to keep your mindset, guys? There is something really important here. Okay, how you keep it. Let me tell you, guys. The only way and the best way to keep your mindset is to be positive. To be positive, how do you be positive? By thinking that everything's gonna be all right. No. You see, I wasn't just like her. She was always like this before. Whenever we'd come to a stall or whatever, I would be the one that start freaking out. Because all my life I've been freaking out. I never had anything in my life. All my life I never had anything. Anything with materials. I'll tell you one thing, okay? Being rich is not being rich with money. No. Being rich is how rich are you inside? How
Yeah.
rich are you with life? Now, being wealthy, yes, that means yes, you have money. Being wealthy. Now, me, me and her, we're wealthy. We are wealthy. Thanks to this business, we are wealthy, but we are also rich. Now, why do you keep yourself being rich? Because she taught me a really important valuable. See, when you start worrying about something and you start thinking negative about something, then that something's gonna drag everything that you have positive. It's gonna drag it down. So it came on saying that I have to force myself to stay positive. Whenever some thought comes into my mind, oh my God, let's say, you know, the checks are taking too long or whatever, right? I'm not gonna make it. Then you won't make it. But let's say the checks are taking too long, but you keep your mind and you say, you know what? Yes, it took too long, but it's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be all right. You know what? I've seen it a million times. She says it a million times, and I've seen it a million times. And in the end, everything's all right. Because we don't let our feelings, negative feelings, to intervene with our head. So you see, a negative feeling is created by the system to keep us in control, to keep us angry, to keep us doing the same 9 to 5 job every day, right? But once you change your mind into positive mind, you can do just about anything. Because when you're happy, no one can bring you down from that happy place. And if you're weak-minded, you might get thrown off with some words, people telling you stuff, right? But a way for you to get away from all that noise. I always say it like the eagles, right? I am an eagle. She's an eagle. All these people here that you see here are eagles. See, what eagles do is they fly high, they get away from the noise, they go up to a huge, far away point, and then they just focus on the target. Now, how far they are, they're always gonna come swoop down and grab that target, and that's how it is. Keep your mind positive, so your target in your business works in the end, right? So one of the best things in this business is positiveness. Because there's a lot of affirmation with this business. There's manifestation with this business, and let me tell you, doesn't ever work. In this business, you can learn how to attract things that you want. You can ask for them in the to the galaxy universe, and they'll bring it to you. And it's happened to me, guys. It made me more believe more and believe. We're not alone here, guys. We are not alone. There is something in this life that's called love, that's called attraction, that works. It's here, and we don't know that. We don't know that because the only thing we learned is how to work a 9 to 5, how to how to go to school. They bribe you with A plus, B plus. They bribe you with B plus. They tell you you're a C plus to make you work so you can get an A plus to forget your dreams. They bribe you with a paycheck so you can forget what you love to do. The things that you're good at. You know, if everybody would do the things that they're good at, they would be they would be amazing, they would be happy and everything would be good. In this world you don't do what you love. You do what someone tells you to do, and then you do um you 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 you, you get thrown off the way of your dreams, right? So the mind,
Mhm.
positive mind is key. That's the
Yeah.
first thing. You got to be positive. You have to think for yourself and you have to believe in yourself. Okay, believe in this business. The more you believe in this business, the more the money comes. Money comes to
Yeah,
you alone.
and your works. Faith without works is dead faith.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get going here. We just got a few more minutes. Moyo, did you want to ask me a question before we go? Because we just have a few minutes here.
Just give me a couple of minutes. Yeah, this question is directed to Tito, and it's going to spill a little bit over to Georgia too. I like what I see. This is I remember when I came into this online business, Georgia, showed me a lot of. She's passionate about this business, and I can tell from the way Tito has been going on, for the past couple of hours. You can tell that you both have the same vision for this business. So, talking about that, how do you combine your personal relationship with the business relationship? I want you to let us know exactly how you handle that. That's also very important. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Tito, no, I'm not. I'm not asking you, Tito. I want to ask the boss lady first, and then it can spill over to you. Go ahead,
Okay, one
Georgia.
minute you, 1 minute me.
Okay. What
Yeah.
I will say, how do we combine our relationship in it?
Yeah. How do you manage the personal relationship with the business relationship? How do you match that together? How do you marry
Well,
that together?
I I involve him on everything I do. Just like my kids. Actually, my kids are the same. Like I involve my kids in everything I do with this business. So if I ask them to help me post, I ask Mikey to work on this, Tito the same. I tell him to help me. And it actually makes our relationship better because all of a sudden we're congratulating each other, we're congratulating our business partners, we're posting, we're putting up ads, he's answering people inquiries. So I involve him a lot, and it makes our relationship better because we communicate better, and it also we support each other. We support each other a lot.
I would say that it's part of our life. It's part of This is part of our life. We live the business together, we work in the business together, and we have our life together. It fits in perfectly because it's it's our life, right?
Yeah.
We work around it. No, we
Sure,
work
we
with the
sit our
business and live this life at the same time. It
yeah,
gives us time to do whatever we want.
and we have a huge community of business partners that we help, and they rely on us, and we have to be there to support them, and we have to be there to inspire them, and we have to make good decisions, and we have to be good exemplars. So we have no choice but to be normal. We can't go crazy. So we have to be normal, right, Tito?
Yeah, no party, no
Friends till
nothing,
the
no.
end.
Yeah, best friends.
All right, we're coming up on 59 minutes. I'll let
59
Paulo
minutes.
close really quick. Paulo, thank you. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
that, Moyo.
Moyo.
God bless you.
Yeah,
Paulo,
that was
please close for us. Tell them where to go if they need to watch your workshop.
Yes. So today, I mean, it's coming up in 15 minutes. Live is our free live information workshop. So if you haven't registered, just put your name and email in any of our links that you see. It's to be www. Any one of our links. And then we'll send you a link to watch our free information webinar. If you can't join us live, we do have replay videos that you can watch at any time. So no excuse. You can watch at any time. You can do 10, 15, 20 minutes here or there. It's 90 minutes long. It's less than a movie length, so you can watch it. But it's really great information. It talks about the business system and the model and the program that we offer. And if you haven't joined our Earn Online Academy, we have a free Facebook private group that answers a lot of our frequently asked questions that we get as mentors and coaches. As I mentioned, it's free to join. So just reach out to any of us. We can add you in for free. And yeah, that's it. So
Thank you all.
Awesome,
Thank you,
guys.
Ciro.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
And
for the
hit that
interview.
learn on bottom, guys. And we'll see you guys on the other side.
See
Okay.
you on the other side.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.